Look at that beautiful skyline here in the city of Colombo. We've hardly had any rain though, because this particular day has been wonderful to all of us. We did have Mother Nature playing a part around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And as our cameras pan into this beautiful venue, we are here on firm ground where Isipathana and Royal are playing in the Under-17 encounter. Good day and welcome to our live coverage. I'm Brian Thomas. Singer Sri Lanka always brings in a new dimension into sports, and one of the things they've done so very well though is to give us these live pictures which we're able to bring to your doorstep as we watch a very important game of rugby in the school's arena where Royal play against Isipathana. Both teams are evenly matched. In fact, in the B Division League, Isipathana is heading the points table just marginally, and Royal are in second place, closely followed by Trinity College Kandy. We'll come to all that and more while we talk you through this beautiful day here from the Royal College Complex. I have a very exciting commentary team as well. Now, in the Under-17 game, Isipathana are leading this game marginally by 8 points to 7, but we'll talk about that later. But for starters, let's welcome my co-host Roshan Watawala.
ස්තුතියි බ්‍රයන් ක්‍රීඩාශීලී සන්ධ්‍යාවක් ක්‍රීඩා ලෝලී මිතුරු මිතුරියනි අද රග්බි සන්ධ්‍යාවක් බවට පරිවර්තනය කරන්න අපි කැමතියි. අපි මේ සිටින්නේ කොළඹ රාජකීය විද්‍යාලීය ක්‍රීඩා සංකීර්ණයේ පිහිටි රග්බි ක්‍රීඩා පිටියේ. අද දවසේදී සිංග අන්තර් පාසල් රග්බි තරඟාවලියේ B කාණ්ඩයේ ඉතා තීරණාත්මක රග්බි තරඟයක් ආරම්භ වන සූදානම්. කොළඹ රාජකීය විද්‍යාලය සහ ඉසිපතන විද්‍යාලයයි අද තරඟ වදින්නේ. රග්බි ක්‍රීඩාවට හැමදාමත් නම් දරූ ඉසිපතනය රාජකීය විද්‍යාලය පරාජයට පත් කරාවිද. තරඟ හතරක් ඉසිපතන කණ්ඩායම මේ වන විට තරඟ වෙත් තිබෙනවා. එම හතරම ඔවුන් ජයග්‍රහණය කළා. රාජකීය විද්‍යාලයේද තරඟ හතරකට සහභාගී වුණා. ඔවුනුත් මේ තරඟාවලියේදී අපරාජිත කණ්ඩායමක් බවට පත් වුණා. මේ නිසා මේ තරඟය කෙරෙහි දෙපිලේ ආදි ශිෂ්‍යයන්, දෙමාපියන්, ක්‍රීඩා ලෝලීන් ඉතාමත්ම උණුසුම්ව සහ ඉතාමත්ම කැමැත්තෙන් ඕනෑකමින් බලා සිටිනවා කවුරුන් ජයග්‍රහණය කරාවිද කියා. මේ තරඟාවලියේ උණුසුම ඔබට සමීප කරන්නට සිරස TV අපි සූදානම්. කොළඹ රාජකීය විද්‍යාලීය ක්‍රීඩා පිටියේ සෞම්‍ය කාලුණු තත්ත්වයක් තිබෙන්නේ. තරමක වැහිබර කාලගුණයක් තිබෙනවා. හිස් අහසේ වැහිබර ලකුණු පළ වී තිබෙනවා. නමුත් අප විශ්වාස කරනවා තරඟයට බාධාවක් වන එකක් නැහැ. සූදානමින් සිටින්න ඉසිපතන රාජකීය අන්තර් පාසල් සිංග රග්බි තරඟය ආරම්භ කරන්නට අප සූදානම්. බ්‍රයන් අපට අවස්ථාව.
Thank you very much indeed, Roshan Watawala. Look at the wonderful crowds that have come in their numbers. There is going to be plenty of excitement. Welcome back. Of course, Singer Sri Lanka, we have to give you all the credit for helping us to bring these pictures live to the doorstep of many a rugby lover. And I'm proud to say the chairman of Singer Sri Lanka, Mr. Hemakamara Surya, will be in attendance. Unfortunately, my dear friend Asita Abesekara, he just called in. He's the marketing director. He was supposed to talk to me on cameras today. He's down with the flu. Asita, if you're watching us, we hope you'll get very well very, very soon. And we hope we'll see you in one of these matches where we can talk to you about this wonderful game. But today on show with me is, of course, Trinity Lion, former Trinity Lion of 1968. As you know, Trinity is a traditional school for rugby. He also captained Sri Lanka, none other than Ajit Aberatna. Ajit, thank you very much indeed. I suppose the school's arena, when it comes to school rugby, there is this extra glamour and flair, isn't it? And you can't get a better equation than Royal Isipathana.
Yes, it's a major hype in a game like this, and the crowd keeps on growing, whereas we see in the club games it's diminishing somewhat. But this game, I mean the school game, is really increasing in interest, because I believe also that Sirius has done a great job in bringing these pictures to people. People are getting more interested in the game. But traditionally, this game is going to be it has been a blockbuster, and that's what's going to be today, Brian.
Ajit, have you watched Royal and Isipathana play in any of their previous games?
Yes, I watched them a bit. Unfortunately, when I watched Royal, it was in the mud. They were playing in the mud, but still they seem to have a huge skill level individually. But unit-wise, Isipathana looks very organized. They got patterns, and they are working to a structure, and they are very organized, Brian.
Sometimes the world can be wicked, and I think even you might suddenly ask yourself, why is Isipathana, Royal and a top school like Trinity all playing in the B division? That's a bit of it really wobbles my mind.
Yeah, it's a strange twist. If you just see the tournament, St. Anthony's and also St. Peter's are right at the top, but these three schools have beaten them. Trinity beat St. Anthony's, Royal beat St. Peter's, And then Isipathana gave quite a huge hiding to St. Anthony's. They are the top two schools in the A division, and here are three teams in the B division. But I must say that last year these schools didn't play too well, and they were relegated into this tournament. So you got to perform. You got to perform. You can't let up. And this is a good tournament, because if you let up, you're relegated down to the next level.
One final
next
question.
level, or gone down to the next level.
I'm sorry, one final question before I wind up with you, Ajit. Now, you captained one of the best schools of rugby here in Sri Lanka, Trinity College, back in 1968. You did captain CRNFC. You also captained Sri Lanka. But what was more challenging? Where did your patriotism actually go to?
Well, we have to grow up. As we grow up, you go from school level to club level. I must do a small correction. I captained Sri Lanka schools rugby, not the Sri Lanka team. I played for Sri Lanka, of course. But I must say that we have to grow up and mature, and we have to leave school and then go to a next level. But when it comes to the game itself, then we got our loyalties, and then we are Trinity at the game. Yeah. But we do have to grow up into and see the big picture. If we don't actually take the players and the teams to the next level.
Ajit, thank you very much indeed. We'll see you in the commentary box, and I hope you'll enjoy the game.
Thank you, Brian.
So there we go. Ajit Aberathne, no stranger to the rugby arena, and of course former captain of Trinity College Kandy Lion, and also he just corrected me when he said he was the captain of schools rugby and did represent Sri Lanka. You'll hear more of Ajit from the com box alongside with Ajit Aberathne, Shana Kamarasinghe. Right, we'll take a short break and we'll join you at the Royal Complex in just a moment. Right, look at the crowds and look at the atmosphere. I'm sure this will really please you. Two great institutions, Royal and Isipathana, just one objective, and that's to try and get the better of each other to head the points table. Right, having said that, we have the latest points table. Let's take a look at it now. As you can see on your screen, Isipathana are right at the top there. You can see that they've done very well for themselves. They've won all their games, followed closely by Royal, another great institution for rugby, and then followed by Trinity, who still have to play one more game. So at the end of the day, it's a battle for supremacy in the B division of the Inter-School League Rugby for the year 2006, which is being sponsored by none other than the lovers of sport, that's singer Sri Lanka. Roshan?
Brian, අතරම බොහෝ ක්‍රීඩා ලෝලීන් ඔබ ආලින්දයේ සිට අපුව දක බලා ගන්නවා වන්න පුළුවන්. අතරම අපත් සමග රැඳී සිටිනවා. ඔබට කිසියම් විමතියක් ඇතිවන්නට පුළුවන් මේ පසුබිමෙන් හැසිරෙන නාදේ නැත්නම් ශබ්දේ මේ ප්‍රීතිඝෝෂයක් කුමක්ද කියා. මේ ඉසිපතනේ සහ රාජකීය තරඟවදින වයස 17න් පහළ රග්බි තරඟයේ මේ මොහොත වන විටත් මෙම ක්‍රීඩා පිටියේ පැවැත්වෙනවා. අප වයස අවුරුදු 20න් පහළ පළමු පෙළ රග්බි තරඟයයි සජීවී විකාශය කිරීමට කටයුතු කරලා තිබෙන්නේ. හොඳයි, අපි දැන් සූදානම් ඔබට මේ තරඟාවලියේ ප්‍රසාද ලකුණු සටහන ඉදිරිපත් කරන්නට. අතරම මේ ප්‍රසාද ලකුණු සටහනේදී ඉදිරියෙන්ම සිටින්නේ ඉසිපතන කණ්ඩායම තරඟ 4යි, ජයග්‍රහණ 4යි, ප්‍රසාද ලකුණු 16ක් ලබා තිබෙනවා. ඒ වගේම රාජකීය විද්‍යාලයේද තරඟ 4කට සහභාගී වුණා. ඔවුන් තරඟ 4ම ජයග්‍රහණය කළා. ලකුණු 16ක් ලබා ගත්තා. තුන්වෙනි ස්ථානයේ සිටිනේ ත්‍රිත්ව විද්‍යාලය. ඉන් අනතුරු සෙන්ට් ජෝසෆ්ස් නැත්නම් ශාන්ත ජෝසෆ් විද්‍යාලය විද්‍යාර්ථ, ඊට අමතරව ධර්මරාජ සමග විද්‍යාලය ගල්කිස්ස. එසේනම් බ්‍රයන් තරඟය ආරම්භ කරන්නට අපි සූදානම්. මම හිතන්නේ ඒ සඳහා හොඳම වෙලාව මේ.
Thank you, Roshan. And let's remind ourselves that the under-17 game is still on. But let's take a look, obviously, at the weather card for today here in Colombo. There we go. There's a northeasterly wind. The temperature, well, is 29 degrees Celsius. The humidity factor is the problem. It's pretty warm, 65%. And the skyline partly cloudy, and the ground conditions very, very soft. That's because of the recent rains that we've had here in Colombo. But I think all credit must go to the curator, to the ground staff of Royal, for getting this into near perfection. Having said that, it gives me immense pleasure now to cross over to the commentary box. We have three exciting commentators on board today, Shana Kamarasinghe, Chandrashan Perera, and of course the gentleman I've just spoken to, Ajit Aberathne. With that, is over to you, Chandrashan, up in the com box.
Thank you very much, Brian. Good evening, Sri Lanka. Well, here we are, Royal Complex, Colombo, a little cloudy upstairs. Very pensive crowd here at the stadium. Everybody waiting for the big game because as we speak, the under-17 game just completed. It's been a perfectly decent day, but the conditions underfoot, as you just saw from the card, it's going to be tough because it's soft and a little bit slippery on top. And let me bring you in. There's a good shot of the main players here today, the VVIPs, of course. Mr. Malik Samarikama on that side. And then, of course, the Royal Principal.
And that is CRD Silva, the Solicitor General, who is, I think, is in the Rugby Committee of Royal College.
And Bulla to his friends, Ravi.
Yeah, and a former rugby captain of Royal.
And there you go, as Mr. Hemakram Masuri, the chairman of Singer as well. They're all just standing as the principals come in. The two principals of the two schools just coming across. So it's a perfect day. It's a Singer Super 10 series. We're stood waiting for the big kickoff in the middle. But in the meantime, Rav, tell me a little bit about the ground conditions here at the Royal Complex. The conditions underfoot, you've been coaching here. Tell me about that.
Royal grounds generally a soggy setup, but with this new stadium up, there has been good drainage system. And it's an ideal ground to play rugby. And if you look at the situation, Sean, even the Asia is going to be played here. So the ground conditions are ideal for rugby, and it's quite soft. And I think you can definitely watch a good game of rugby here.
Well, good stuff. That's what we're looking forward to, the Singer Super 10 series. This is Division 2, just in case all of you at home are concerned as to how Royal and Isipathana got into Division 2. It's a simple story, as Ajit was explaining to you. It's all based on performance. You play, you win, you go through. You don't win, you're down the other side, and that's the fact of life, isn't it, Rav?
Yeah, definitely. The teams which are performing well are up the ladder, Sean, and they have been consistent. So they are in the A League, and while you can see the teams which have performed badly are in the B division. But however, their performance differ. You can see the Isipathana team: Kalpa Rajaguru, Tejana Madhushanka, Amal Samira, Chula Nanekara, Hishan Artigala, Pradeep Kumar, Imala Gunasekara, Sajid Saranga number 8, then Rajit Jayawardhan as Krama, Niroshan Chaturanga as fly half, Kasun Gamage and Dami Chaturanga the outside halves, Ashan De Silva, Dinu Chaturanga and Risa Mubarak as full back.
So that's the card. Here's the Royal card. Manilabe Ratna, Bilal Hassan, Umesh Korlagama, Dimitri Siriwardana, Gaishan Vijay Singha, Diran Varnakula Surya, Omar Hassan, two brothers, Suvinda Lenadua, Ishara Pereira, Rial Refai, Ramiz Rafiq, Kavinda Virakon, Sajid Balage, Isru Jatilaka and Chamika Gamage, number 23 at the back. I think we'll talk about the positional changes, but it's nice to see Omar Hassan and Bilal, sons of two, very famous father, in fact, a good friend of ours, Mr. Iqbal Hassan, prop for Royal, played at CH. We have lots to say about our good friend Rav.
Yeah, definitely. He has been a famous character at Royal College, and I think his legacy is continuing with his two sons and one more son playing for under 17 level, and his elder brother, Captain Royal in 1975. Actually, they call him the original Hassan.
Horsey. The original Hassan, the original Horsey. He'll forgive me for calling him in public, but actually it's a long story, and it's great to see that history carries on and the good genetics have been handed down. Iqbal, of course, went on to be the president of CHNFC, CCC and the Queen's Club, and he's probably sat somewhere in the audience, and next to him his good wife, and that's where all the good genes comes from, mate, and that's really where you put it down to. You know, we all talk about the men, but it's all the women that charge these kids up. It's where they start from, and Ajit talking about that. The reality, of course, on the ground is the quality of the players, and today that's going to come into real sharp focus.
Yes, the skill level of both sides are very high. Where Isipathana might have the edge would be that their unit skills are very superior. As a team, as a unit, they perform at a high level, and this side has to be really combated up front and not allowed to get the ball, and they should not be allowed to move the ball out to Chandashan. So a lot of skill. We see the position card here, and again we see the prop forwards. Amal is a senior guy. Kalpa also has been there for some time. Tharjan is also a second year player, so there's got a lot of experience up front. Chulan, Artigala in the second row, Pradeep and Imalkar, two flankers. Sajit is at number 8, Rajita and Niroshan make the halves combination. 12 and 13, they have to hunt in pairs here. Damit and De Silva, Kusum, Dinusha and Riza. De Costa, the captain or one of the senior players, is not in this lineup, Chandashan.
Well, there you go. Let's have a look. Here's Royal College coming through their tunnel. Of course, all of this made possible by Singer, Sri Lanka's #1 power brand and everything to play for. Singer, of course, investing so heavily into school rugby, nurturing the very important fundamentals. And here's the royal card. Ravi, I'll give you that privilege, mate.
Yeah, you can see Manil and Umesh are the prop forwards, Bilal Hassan as the hooker, Dimitri and Gaishan the second forwards, Dhiren and Omar flankers, Sawin the number 8, Ishara fly half, Riyal Omar Hassan as fly half, then Kavinder and Sajid as centre 3/4, Ramiz and Isuru on the wing, and Shamika will be the fullback. The Royal side have been it's basically same side as last year. A lot of unfortunately none of them got colours last year except a few, so it's going to, you can call it a fresher side.
Very much so, and a lot of expectations from last year, but Ajit, Royal had a forgettable season last year.
Yes, and I think even Isipathana, they didn't have a great this season themselves. They have picked themselves up very well this year, and we are going to have a blockbuster this evening because both sides here are performing at their best, and I believe that they are even peaking right now, so we can expect a great evening here at the Royal Stadium in Colombo.
Referee Aruna Rangodge, he's got a game on his hands today, and as Ajit was saying, both teams unbeaten, so whatever happens today, it's going to be an absolute storm in the middle. And for all of you at home watching, it's good to have you on board. We're just about to take the kickoff. Here we go now. The Royal School has a lot of reputation to build up on, with the Bradby coming up around the corner. It's going to be wonderful to expect. Here we go. Kickoff time.
Oh, I think the ball is inside Trinity 40 meter, and you could see Isipathana bringing that ball out to the fly half. It's a long pass to the fullback down the wing.
Brilliant stuff.
Early
Morning.
Created.
That is so good to see, Ajit.
Oh, that's great, running from the 22, and they have set the game in motion here at the Royal Stadium. Isipathana is showing signs of what they are going to do. They are indeed going to move the ball around, Ravi.
Definitely, Ajit, you can see that they brought the ball to the fullback there, and the fullback had a very good view, and he just flung it down to the wing 3/4, who had a very nice dart across the ground.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Early in the morning, Isipathana announces what they intend to do with this game. They've got their sights set on a victory, and they're not going to let it up easily. Royal College will have everything to play for, but on the day today, it's going to be an absolutely wonderful prospect. As you can see, good ball. Royal just walking it up the park. Good ball, still hands.
This is good work by Royal. They got a strong front five, and they will try to contain Isipathana as they did here, and they'll get their penalties if they do that sort of thing quite often.
The quick tap taken very sharply by the Royal scrum half. He earns him the 10, which is very well done. So in fact, they've nominated. Intentions very clear. Here's that replay.
Yes, we see the Royal forwards also showing signs of what they're going to do. They're going to contain the Isipathana side up front. Ravi, is that the game plan for today?
The Royal Rucks and especially the Malls have been quite organised, Ajit, this season. They seem to be quite effective with even the last two games, even the wet weather. They perform up to some sort of expectations. So I believe that they will keep up to that, and they will give some good ball to the 3/4 to run.
Well, it's going to have to happen, Ajit, because if it doesn't, Pathanava is going to really try and break Royal's game plan, because they want to run from everywhere.
Yes, they have to be contained. They are waiting to cut loose Isipathana here in Colombo at the Royal Stadium, and as I said earlier, the Royal pack will have a real game in their hands, trying to contain this side that's really wanting to run. And that's first points. Is it over? No, it hasn't gone over.
They just slightly missed. That is Omar Hassan fly half taking that kick, Ajit. It was about 30 meters out on the right side. But
costly
unfortunately,
miss, Ravi, costly miss, because I mean, such an easy chance, no pressure. He's got all the time, but he just pulls it to the left, I think. Yes, he does.
And also fresh legs. Should have got that over.
Well, he had the legs, didn't have the direction. So here we go. Restart, Isipathana. Royal need to dominate today, Ravi.
Definitely, Shan, they need to dominate. Isipathana has been a side which has played well during the season, and definitely will come firing all cylinders today, because it's a prestige battle for them. Royal and Isipathana play for the Milroy Fernando Trophy, and although it has been a league game, it has been a traditional game, and I believe Isipathana will go all out.
And here's Royal with the forwards again, and that's good stuff by Isipathana, driving them back playing them up front, and Isipathana is not going to give in easily, even though Royal might try to contain them up front there. And that shows good intention by the Isipathana forward there. I think it was Aryan. He did a great job in taking that tackle, driving the man over the line there. Here's Isipathana again, and there's a penalty coming up for Isipathana here.
Line out at Wolfo. Okay.
Patana on the break here. Nice big hit drop. Nice to see. And they really need to assert themselves if they're going to dominate Royal today. Everybody's expecting that Patana's forward pack will be able to take the pressure and dominate, and Royal will be able to break out and run wide. Let's see what happens. Here you go. Royal, the fly off. Hassan puts it down the park. Gets good distance. Is the ball going to run over the goal line? Oh, almost. Under pressure, well cleared. So that's good pressure coming in from Royal College, well thought out.
Good pressure, but good skill by Isipathana. A left-footed kick there by the winger, clearing the ball, and that's great skill, good pressure. This is good rugby, and we are going to see a great game this evening.
Here's that replay. Very nice to see Isipathana onto his left foot as well, and that's really good skill from that full-back, and that's what it's all about. A game of skill, a game of courage today, and a game of guts. Who's got more? Who's got the distance? Who's got the legs? It's all about the training, the coaches, Pa and Ari. Here it is. Let's now, Royal College.
Let's see Sean with a good raw, could maul that and do a rolling maul there and get through the Isipathana defense. They had been successful a couple of times this season, but let's see whether this works out. They're just a few meters away.
Patana pushing for their life. Royal. Yes!
That is Bilal Hassan scoring the try. They have been very successful, Sean. I think I believe that he has scored about over 10 tries this season.
Okay, so young Hassan gets first blood for Royal College. Have a look at this, Ajit. That's a good body positioning, and Royal College maintains.
Yes, great body angle here. Great composure also. Not to panic. The scrum was actually, or the maul was collapsed, but they kept on going on the side. A great bit of forward play by Hassan there.
And protection for Hassan to score the try. It was a regulation in the end because all the hard work was done by his mates. Look at that.
Now Royal will get a taste of this type of play, and they'll know that this is their scoring potential in this game, and they'll keep plugging at Isipathana. As you see this try coming up, it's a great try. The ball is on the other side, but conversion here, and it's Hassan and Hassan.
Hassan, from Hassan to Hassan, and of course a proud mother and father will be sat somewhere in the stands with a big smile on his face.
Good setting up there, Shan. If you look at the Royal number 8 is Varnakula Surya, famous father Sumitra Varnakula Surya's son, who is wearing the rugby jersey. The father had a different game. He played cricket and had the highest score for the Royal Thomaian game.
Charlie to all his friends, and of course very recently was Sri Lanka's under-19 coach, and is a good friend of mine too. Here we go, Isipathana with the restart. Good pressure. He lost the ball, no he hasn't. Manages to keep it in hand. Not a very good pass. Under pressure again. In trouble. Very well done by the number 13. Why did he pass? Ajit, he didn't need to pass.
He didn't need to kick also, I think. And here we see Royal restoring the initiative. They soaked the pressure very well there. Got the act together, and now they got the ball in the hands, and that's what this game is all about. Keep the ball in your hands. Don't let the other side have the ball in their hands. The more you have it in your hands, the more scoring potential you'll have. And this is what we are seeing here. Isipathana, who decided to run the ball early, have decided to kick the ball away in the opponent's 22.
Unbelievable, but those are the facts. I mean, if they're going to talk about a running game, we're just going to get a quick grab of what happened in that try. For all of you joining us, it's 7 minutes gone on Sirius TV, part of the Singer Super 10 series. Thank you for having us, and thank you for your company. Patana now, take it short, the big boy. Big hit, nice to see.
Another big boy.
Very nice to see, number 1 to number 3.
Yes.
Oh, just a hand letting them down at the end. But wonderful passage of play. Patana really do have the big boys who can motor. Let's have a look at this. Here's the ball coming. Not very pretty, but still they keep it.
Shanaka, you have been very silent. What are your comments here? How is it going for Royal. You see the
it's looking
pack
good
weight
for
here.
it's looking very good for Royal. Ajit, they've got distinct advantage in the pack, as you saw it that try earlier on. But as we see the third row pick up and go, the defense from both sides has been very, very aggressive, forcing the people lateral.
Royal in jail, managed to get out of trouble. Nothing spectacular, but Hassan manages to get touch. So that saves the legs of his forwards. But Ajit, the pressure is beginning to tell, and Isipathana really need to just focus on the try line.
Yes, I think they got a bit shattered with that try coming up so early. The wind has gone off their sails a bit, and here's Isipathana with a normal 7-man line out. They're deciding to keep it like that and contest the Royal forwards. That's good. And we see a bit of interruption by Royal. Perhaps Royal man was offside, yes. And this is Isipathana on the attack here. And there's an advantage coming up. So if Isipathana does not score here, they'll get a penalty. Yes.
Absolutely. And Pathana realized that they had the hand up, so they were just going to work it short. And very likely that Pathana will just stick with their forward 8 drum.
Yeah, it was lovely to see Sean. They used the prop forwards. Yeah, the one number 1 took the short tap and gave to number 3, and they're using that to their strength. And it seems that it's been effective, Sean. They have been going yards. They are getting yards ahead in those in that loose play.
Well, I just heard Shanaka saying something about the advantage to Royal. And really now Royal need to just combat Pathana, because they've decided to go with the penalty kick, and that's sensible from the skipper early morning, just to get that kick, because they're now a little bit short in terms of points on the board. So Pathana have come fine. I think good decisions by skippers is so important, because once you are in the 22, it is so important that you get a minimum and you go back. Don't leave unless you've got points on the board, mate.
Yeah, just 10 minutes playing time gone, Sean. It's an ideal decision to take that penalty and put some points on the board. And they have been successful. They have got 3 points. So Isipathana striking back, 3 points to Royals, 1 goal.
And a very good reply. Shanaka, that was very good stories from Pathana.
Absolutely, Sean. You've got to get points on the board. Like you said, there's no point in foraging into the opponent's territory if you're not going to get some reward. The forwards worked hard for that. There was some silly play in the line out, bit of indiscipline at the back. But I think, Gaishan, it was a good spot by Rankotge and a deserved 3 points for Isipathana.
So there you go, 7 plays 3, and of course, Painari is the coach for Royal College. He'll be very keen that Royal come back strong. But on the other side, a legend, Hisham Abdin coaching Pathana. And of course, we know what Hisham's capabilities are. No need to introduce him to anybody in Sri Lanka rugby, but his charges here will have to give a good account of themselves if they're going to keep this very fancied Royal side out, because Royal have very clear.
You saw that pressure in the corner just now. If you see the screen right on the right hand side, you saw the Isipathana guys right up there. The lads were right up on the ball, and this is the type of pressure they will put on Royal if the ball is played wide. And therefore, I believe that Royal need to understand that these guys will hound any mistakes of Royal. They will go in for like vultures, and they will turn it around. So they have to keep this game very tight. And Royal would surely get some instructions. Don't get it too loose.
Hungry vultures, I think. Yes. Very hungry, empty-bellied vultures would be Isipathana's scorecard. And here's that set scrum. Oh dear, very ugly.
Personalities of the coaches also coming out in the approach of both teams, Sean, because Isipathana are playing like the mongrel that Hisham Abdin does breed into that game, and I don't mean mongrel in a bad way.
No.
But Royal looking far more drilled and far more orthodox, but Isipathana looking like they have that spark which Hisham Abdin needs to bring to the field. As we see the number 8 peel off in a move that has become slightly predictable, as a wonderful turnover there by the Isipathana back row forward, and turnovers are where you have to score from.
Good hands, Pathana. He needs to offload. Why didn't he do that? Is anybody's guess? Still available. Coming in on the wrong side. There's the big number 1. Big boy likes to run.
Yeah, he's actually bigger than the Royal forwards. I'm sure they can take the game up front if they need to, if that is their game plan. But they decided to send it out quite a bit. And
good option, but a little bit too far, I think. And the mark would have been called quite easy, or did he? Oh, he didn't call mark. And now Royal tried to make some sense out of that. Try to settle it at the back with Hassan just getting good touch. And the Royal fullback almost gave it away there, Ajit.
Yes, the easiest thing would have been to call that mark and still go for it. And I think he may have just lost it at that time, forgot about it.
Well, under pressure, and that's the big story today. It's all about who will assert more pressure. We are 13 minutes in, and in fact, the young Dimitri Siriwardhan I was talking about is a double. He was captaining Royal College last year cricket, and here he is now in the second row for his college. Wonderful to see. So 7 plays 3. Ravi, scrums and line-outs so far evenly shared.
Yeah, definitely, Sean. It seems to be that both teams are going pell-mell, and the pace of the game is quite fast, and they are keeping that momentum. You can see the Isipathana using the peel, the number 5 coming down and taking the ball now, and they will be hopefully they will be using the forwards to punch some holes. But this time they run the ball down. You can see that they are deep passes inside, and then they create the gaps. But in that event, they seem to have made a mistake.
Well, referee's blown. Rancote has already blown his whistle. So we'll wait to see what the offence is.
I do not really see what happened there.
There was an intentional knock on there. That's the one I believe.
But that was with the tackle, Ajit. It was.
But he got his hand into it, perhaps that or something else before that.
Well, the referees have one choice.
Depending on where he gave it, you can see what the infringement is.
So referee Rancote has said penalty. Yes. So obviously for deliberate. There's the tackle. That's a neck tackle.
I would believe that that's the offence.
It would seem that that's the offence, Ajit, but I think it might be a little bit harsh. It was a smother tackle in the technical terms, but the Royal player just couldn't get away with it. Referee Rancote, though, has had a decent game so far.
Kicking distance 40 metres, and here's Pathana now with the chance. Has the lad got the ability to slot it from here? Well, let's see. He's got one. He's got a 100% record so far. This is his second attempt. 15 minutes gone. And here's the lad just lining up.
It's intelligent decision there. They are on the attack. They didn't get carried away. They decided that they got to get these points. But he has kicked the right of the post. Or
I think it was
of the post.
It is just short, Ajit. It's just short, and you could see Varnakula Surya. They're making the attack from there.
Oh! Good decision to run from the base because there wasn't any opposition. But what can you say?
You can see that number 17. Get his name. Shanaka.
The name is
number
mistake.
17.
Real Ripper.
Oh,
well, Real.
It's unfortunate that he dropped that ball. They decided to attack from the kick from the in-goal area, but unfortunately they have infringed and they are given an opportunity for Isipathana to strike back.
Scoring potential for Royal from here because it's a scrum on the right side of the field. There are gaps on the right side, and Isipathana surely would go on the short side if I know this side.
Well, yeah, golden opportunity for Pathana now, and Royal will just have to, absorb the pressure because I'll tell you what, Pathana will punish Royal if they get a chance, and this is a fairly decent chance now. A good scrum will reap the benefit. Here we go. Nice and solid.
He's going on the short side.
Still on. Here's the support coming now. Open side. Referee says what? Knock on. Oh, terrible. Isipathana guilty. Here's a reverse angle so you can get to see all at home where the knock on hit up.
Let's see where it occurs here. Oh, that's where
there it is. He just tried to pick up. Completely unnecessary from the number 5, I think it was, coming in for Pathana. So he squanders a golden opportunity for his side. And Royal College now a chance to get out of jail. And are they? They're trying. Here we go. Driving up.
Royal being quite bold here. They take a hit there. And they have reap rewards here. I think fortune favors the brave. They decided to run from their own 22 off that scrum. And they got the penalty. And Royal is really going to take Isipathana on. They're
very
going to run
nice to see. Still back. Still available. Very untidy at the base there. Little rush. No team has really settled down so far, Ajit.
Yes, but I think they're not lacking in enthusiasm and zeal. They're really packing in a lot of stuff into this game. A lot of aggression, a lot of physical contact, and then nothing being held back.
Good take from the fly half, Hassan, who gets it down the park but doesn't find touch. What will Pathana do? Announces the telegraph. Taken by the Royal number 1, I think it was.
So a great chase on that kick, Sean. It was followed up very well by the guy who kicked it himself. He was up there and didn't give the collector any options.
Moving forward.
Good pressure to Isipathana win that. Very true. Good pressure running from the cover for Isipathana. And the Pathana crowd delighted. Here it is, what Ajit was talking about. No shortage of aggression. Wrestling the ball to the deck. And that's the story here. If you're joining us on the 18th minute, it's Pathana playing Royal College at the Royal Complex in the Singer Super 10 series. Of course, Singer Power Brand #1 bringing you all the school rugby. An unbelievable schedule when you consider that 10 school games will go live. The club rugby season, another 10 went live. We've got the Asiad coming up. The Singer 7s are going live. There's a Singer Professional 7s in Wadala goes live next weekend. I can't believe this much rugby is part of our diet, mate.
It's going to be very interesting to see rugby, so much of rugby in action, shown on live television. That instance, Isipathana trying to work it on the blind side, being bundled out to touch.
Well, of course, Sirisa TV, the home of live rugby in Sri Lanka. Here's that reverse angle for you. And what a terrible mistake that is.
It's all coming by the Royal pressure. Royal is not giving in. They are just taking on the Isipathana lads here. And this is what happened. Isipathana were fairly confident when they ran the ball early in the game. But Royal is not giving in. They are taking them on. And this is causing a bit of
turnover.
Indiscipline in the Isipathana ranks. And now there's a turnover. And maybe they're trying a chip here, but still it might turn around again for Royal's advantage.
Chip to nowhere, really. Pathana under a lot of pressure. Referee saw that. The coat hanger hanging outside. Let's have a look at it. I saw the chicken wire come out. Let's have a look at the replay on that tackle, because you'll see very clearly what the Royal player did. Here's the replay coming up.
It looked fairly intentional at first glance, Sean. Here's the fullback coming over. Good positional play by him. He's collected the ball. He's got his eyes on it, looks up, and decides to kick. Whether that was the right option, we don't know. But that was very late, and that's just completely inexcusable. The penalty count going heavily in favour of Isipathana at the moment. Royal guilty of not indiscipline.
If you do again,
Necessary. Rankotke having a hard time, trying to plead with the player. Listen, mate, this is how it works. The law needs to be very clear. Leg tackling is dangerous and should be eradicated as much as possible. So the referee sees that, and a good opportunity by Royal to strike, and they just squandered it, Rob.
Royal Shah getting a little trying to do some certain over enthusiastic situations, Sean. I think that's not ideal for a good side. And when you're attacking, you don't make these sort of mistakes, and you create situations for the other side to capitalize on these mistakes. However, in that case, referee Rankotke did a very good job there, and I think he should eradicate this type of harsh play and bring in sort of discipline in school rugby.
Well, absolutely. That would be the big call. I mean, Ajit, there's no excuse for that sort of play. And coaches in particular need to discipline their lads to stick to the rules and play it hard, but play it clean.
Yeah, I think the intensity of the game is such that you do get that type of thing happening. And here is a great ball by the loose forward of Royal College. Again, turned over by Isipathana. And a lot of turnovers by both sides. And again, there was no support for that flanker, for the loose forward, and that's how the ball was turned over.
The Royals number 12, or Isipathana's number 12, decides to have a go. Unforgivable by the number 9 at the back there. I'm not sure what he was thinking of. Pathana now with a chance, scrambling back, trying to clean it up and set it up again, which they do now.
It's been a bit scrappy in the last few minutes because of the intensity of the game. A lot of mistakes now coming up. We did not see that in the first few minutes. And again, there's a man coming over, and these are mistakes you can't afford to give at this stage of the game. And this is a great break by the Isipathana flanker, backed up by the scrum half. Now the ball is coming out. Great tackle by Royal.
Very good tackle.
There's a bit of judo there by number 5. The Royal number 5. He got his arm round the opposite. First time I've seen the opponent being tackled.
Actually, I think that was Dimitri Isipathana. An interesting story by Dimitri because he did captain Royal, but I'm told at junior level he was a much better rugby player. His mom had forced him to play cricket though because she was a bit afraid of the rough and tumble of rugby. But I don't know how these two teams, 23 minutes gone, whether they can keep up this level of aggression, this level of intensity, this frantic pace for the next almost an hour, Ajit. That's what's really worried me.
Well, let's have a look at the incident replay. Here it is. He has a go. And just pops the ball up now. The offload. Boom. That was a hard tackle on the lad. And that was
now watch this one. This is the one I wanted to watch there. Look at Isipathana taking the opponent.
Good guts. Nice strength. And in fact, Shanak, you were talking about Dimitri's mother. Well, I know his father really well. And I'm sure Sampath would have wanted him to play rugby. And the mummy wanted him to play cricket. So there's a good story there as well. But the lad's a double. You know, he's already represented Sri Lanka at junior cricket. And good skill. Nice to see good ability being rewarded, mate.
It's nice to see cricketers taking up to the hard game. Sean Royal had a lot of cricketers playing in those days, but unfortunately it dropped out. But it's nice to see a captain coming back and wearing the rugby jersey and stockings and performing very well.
Well, it's a good way to channel your aggression for sure, mate. Because Dimitri plays as the batsman, so he doesn't get much of a chance to bowl at people. But it's a very good way of channeling, and it's nice to see double internationals. Hopefully, when he goes on to represent Sri Lanka junior rugby, it'll be a great example to his family and to his friends at school. So let's have a go. 24 minutes gone. 7 plays 3. It's been up and down. And here's a reverse angle replay on that. It's been very scrappy, Ajit.
Yes, the last 10 minutes have descended really down to the depths. They started so well, and I think the pressure has been telling on both sides. A lot of mistakes coming up. Isipathana guilty of a lot of handling errors, which is very unlike them. They are so good in the early part of the season, but at the same time, I must tell you that apart from the St. Anthony's game, this is a real tough game that they are having. Whereas Royal had some tough games. This is the first time Isipathana tested.
Well, I think so too, and sometimes it is so important to get those tests in early, because once you're hardened to the season, referee having a hard time. The replay, will have a look at that, because let's have a look at the replay. It's all a little bit confusing. Ajit, talk us through that one.
Yeah, let's see the ball coming out here, and you got a man tackle without the ball there, and maybe a very minor knock on there.
There was a minor knock on as well, but can't take it back into the scrum as we see the Isipathana fly half having a bit of a run. He seems like a good runner, this fly half for Isipathana.
Yes, he is. He's very strong, solid, nice. The number 14, the winger coming in for Patana and driving up, taking 2 out. Oh, I'm not sure what the plan on that was. Oh, man, that might have been the plan in retrospect.
That was a plan. It's a brilliant plan.
But it looked rushed, and Patana taking the quick one. So here we go, Patana taking the quick story, but turnover ball. And Royal had managed to get out of that one.
This is the story of the day today. One man goes in, one side goes into the ball, the other side comes out with it.
Coming cross!
Yes, and we see the early incident here. That's a full back going up for the ball. Beautiful catch.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's a beautiful catch.
Great height.
Great skill by Isipathana there. Great concentration under pressure.
But very slow to the breakdown was Royal College, and they earn a penalty just in case, which is good for them to get away from their mark now. All the players being pretty much concentrated in the Royal half. I haven't seen Royal go up the park as yet, Ravi.
Yeah, it has been a bit of pressure of Sean Isipathana taking it into Royal territory. But however, a couple of times they've been lucky with coming in and picking up that ball from the ruck ball.
All right, we're just going to see what the referee has to say. Let's have a look.
The linesman Tony had something to say there to the referee, and let's see what's happening here.
So the play in a huddle, referee's walking across. We'll try and get a grab of the referee's microphone. Where is he going?
Cramp.
Okay.
Now I'm a little bit confused here. The boy's got cramp. Play needs to go on. Referee doesn't need to get involved. And this is not really part of the story, mate. This is really not on, Rob. Come on.
Yeah, it's a bit of a damn spit there. We thought something big was happening. And when you say it's a cramp, oh, that's a soft one.
Hurry up, doctor.
And
Okay.
you don't stop a game for
Okay.
a cramp.
No, you never stop
I mean,
games
the
for
netball
cramps.
players might laugh at
Can you take him out, please?
The players have been very fortunate, Ajit. Those days you remember that we were never able to have a glass of water. And if you are injured, we are taken out of the ground.
Hey, this is real privilege, mate. This boy has had game stopped for cramp. Well done. He's really got a first in rugby. So, Rankotge, I'm not sure what you had in mind, but he had a word with the touch judge. So, if the touch judge was involved in that, Tony Wimala, what are you on?
Son, I don't think we should get excited with things moving. I think things get better and easier nowadays. Life becomes much easier.
Sorry, mate. We're sat here in the changing. Here we are in the commentary box. The microphone does give you a little bit of privilege. Actually, we're back with the game now. Here we go. Nice steal from Royal College. He's dumped, but Patana steal again. So turnover again.
It's amazing how the ball is turning over here. One second it's Isipathana, next minute it's
been a ding-dong
it's too
situation.
fast to follow this type of turnover.
Well, thank goodness we got monitors and about 9 cameras. Here we go. Good take.
While putting real pressure inside the 25, Sean, I would say.
First time Royal College have got there. So let's see what they do from here.
They look dangerous, Sean, if they come close to the Isipathana line. They have been successful with this act, but unfortunately they don't seem to have their hands clean.
Here it comes. Inevitable has happened.
All
Another
that
mistake.
work, all that hard work, you go all the way to the 22, and then young Mr. Hassan just a little guilty of taking his eyes off the ball. As a fly half, he needed to focus on that catch and just make sure he offloaded. But unfortunately, he just looked up at the pressure in front. So here we go. Patana now get a chance to strike back up the park. If you're joining us for the first time on this series of Super 10, the Singer Super 10 series, it's 7 plays 3, an absolute ding-dong battle, as the Ajit and Shanaka and Ravi has been telling you. Patana and Royal have really shared the honours, but nothing has happened because they've just been going up and down, but no constructive rugby has come out of it. Very strong, evenly matched.
You can't if you want to tackle here, it's the first time you are doing, okay? If you're doing it again, I will penalize again. Right?
There we go, let's have a look at that. Kick now. Oh, how late are you, son? No hands, guilty, yellow card, I thought.
Yeah,
but he's lucky.
He's lucky to escape that. And here is Isipathana. His man has been put away. What a great pass. And he's running right down to the line.
Punishment for the mistake.
Yeah, that's what indiscipline does to a side. Royal just having a bit of indiscipline by Guy and Vijay Singh. And Isipathana hitting back. Great try by Isipathana.
Wonderful try indeed, Ajit. Gaishan Vijay Singh should have been guilty of that, shouldn't really have been guilty of that penalty there. But wonderful hands by the insides. The winger with a great run and doing the classic thing. He's got the inside on his inside shoulder. He gives the pass, perfect timing and wonderful pace by the inside to score.
Like a good centre pass, get ready, get back in, stay available, good hands. The most important factor, Ajit, was to see the boy and the way he just shifted the ball. Let's have a look at now. This is a try, but just before that, nice try. Well scored by the number 13, but it's about support play and the way that Isipathana broke from the back, but got the numbers there, Ajit.
Yes, they had the numbers, they had the skill. What great running, they were running hard, and a shattering blow for Royal. I think this type of thing really takes the wind off your sails. Ravi?
Yeah, definitely, Ajit. It has been a situation where Isipathana took that mistake as an opportunity to get that try, put that try on the cross over the line and get the try. You see the number 11 creating that situation and passing on the ideal pass, drawing that man, just allowing 13 to go through and just go, just dive over the line. It was a splendid situation, Ajit. If you see, they created that gap, passing deep inside and the fullback joining the line and creating that situation.
In the context, I think it's a beautiful try because from where they started, Ajit, I mean, under pressure, they got a penalty. The penalty was, and then you come back to the initial mistake of the number 6 for Royal College. I think he's a skipper as well. And the shoulder charge, which gave Isipathana the penalty, which they took very quickly because Royal had their backs turned on them. They thought they were going to go for a touch, and in fact, he just took it and ran. Excellent.
Yes, and as I said early in the game, Isipathana will feed on the Royal mistakes. They will feed on any mistake, and there have been handling errors by Royal early on. by Isipathana also, but if they get their act together, Isipathana is going to run wild here, Shanaka.
Absolutely. As we watch this try, I can't see it enough because it's one of the best tries being scored this season in the school section. Number 13, a wonderful run, good support play by him. He called, he put his hand up, asked for the ball, and it was a good run to the corner as Royal kickoff. It's 8 plays 7.
Brilliant stuff. Patana coming back with a good reply. Royal College did all the hard work, but that mistake cost them dear. And Patana now with a chance because it's just 8-7. And it's from here, it could still be anybody's. We're going into the first half.
That is Bilal Hassan taking the attack forward. Sean. Let's see whether Royal could get into Isipathana territory just few minutes away from half time. That is Omar Hassan. That break.
Well, here we go now. Here's a big chance. Oh, dear.
Referee says play on. I think it's knocked back.
It went forward and came back off the Isipathana player's head. I think Rankoke missed that, but play goes on.
Number 22 coming on for Patana for Royal College is Isruja Tilaka.
Great passage of play by Royal. They've gone 7 paces.
They got space.
Great control.
Let's see whether that's the ideal situation for the wing recorder to go over.
Oh, beautiful tackle.
Just yards away from the goal line. Bundled into touch, but that was the ideal situation, Ajit.
Just a bit of finish there, Just a bit of finish because they had 7 phases of play. You can see it starting here in the screen again as we see the replay here.
And what's the tackle coming in now?
I thought Gaishan, passed slightly earlier. Ajit. I think he should have
Wrong
drawn the
head,
defense
but
there.
well done. Here's the reverse angle on that.
Great angle here.
Have a look at this tackle coming up because the player did so well, put his body on the line. He gets past him. Terrible miss. Look at this lad. Oh. Well, the Patana number 15 putting his body on the line. Could have easily got himself hurt, but well done. That's the commitment coming in from the Patana number 15 under pressure.
5 meter.
5 meter scrum, or is it 10 meter scrum?
This is a great scrum for Royal. 5 meters and they got their pack behind them.
They wheeled the scrum Ajit onto the advantage and they create a situation for the scrum half to give a bad pass. And that pressure, you could say Gaishan going for the fly half.
Gaishan not letting up. He's just going for it. And that's good play. When you get blown up, you don't hold yourself back.
He's got to make up for his side, and that's the best way to make up.
Varnapura Surya taking the ball forward. Let's see if the ball can get over the line this time. But I thought Ajit, that was very too quick for the referee to blow. It was just a fraction of a second.
I think the Isipathana guy was trying to get a hold of it. Isipathana lad there.
You can see that replay again.
Let's have a look at that if you can.
Let's have a look here.
It's a good angle on
Just see Ajit, it just goes down.
Here's Varnapura Surya goes in, sets up.
How many seconds is that?
Yeah, but he's not releasing it.
He's not releasing it, yeah.
Subsequently. But for a second he held it while the Isipathana player was going for it. Shanaka, what's your call on that?
Yeah, I think Rankoke was right. I think we made a mistake in the first instance because it didn't look like he gave the player enough time, but there was a lot of pulling going on by the Isipathana player who was trying to force the turnover, but the player couldn't get a hold of the ball because it was being kept illegally. Possession stats almost equal, 53% to Isipathana, and that reflects on the scoreboard as well. Territory, of course, Isipathana has spent more time in the Royal territory once again, and the lineouts for Royal will be a concern. Only 29% of their lineouts won, and that is really not good enough for a team at this level.
Well, here we go, 8 plays 7. It's Singer Rugby League Division 2. The halftime score, of course. And we do believe that Singer is energizing rugby in this country in no uncertain terms. 7 plays 8, nothing in it, everything to play for in the second half. We're going to go to a break, so if you're at home, stay right where you are, and we'll be back with some power rugby here at the Royal Complex. Thank you very much for your company.